Well, 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 what have we here? A fence line and blue skies on a Wednesday? Well, folks, I figure it must be time for us to take one of our little walking talks. If you are one of my flower-powered friends, you should probably fix one up and prepare to put fire to it, because we finna talk about some fairly important stuff. But first and foremost, before I get started, I would like to once again say Happy Pride. Partly because I believe it too is important, but also because I know it pisses off bad people and makes them uncomfortable. And before anyone asks, no, I will not be making Pride merch, because I do not believe in making a profit off of a community in which I am not part of. If you really want something, the Rainbow Ranger shirts are still available from last year, and we use those to raise money for the Trevor Project. They should be down there somewhere in the shopping section. Now let's get this speak and stroll started. Y'all, I promise I am going to try and focus less on pay less Putin during these pontifications, but the thing we got to talk about today is important. Halfway because of what it means for the future of America, and halfway for how horribly MAGA is handling this mess. You see, folks, if you have somehow missed the story, Pumpkin Spice Palpatine and his friend Peter Thiel plan to use his company Palantir to put all American citizens in a central database. Now, friends, we're fixing to play a fun little side game. What you're going to do is stop me the second you hear me say something eerily similar to something you have heard this administration say before. The sales pitch for turning every single American citizen into a data point is to save money and stop potential waste of resources. Let me guess, you stopped me somewhere between the S in save and the M in money, and there's not a single one of you who made it all the way to the S at the end of resources. Yeah, I thought so. Now, I'll be straight up. I'm finna skip right over the obvious security risk that my soon-to-be second grader could see when it comes to putting every single American citizen's information into a single database. If you can't figure out that's bad, this ain't the bar for you. What I really want to talk about when it comes to this topic is the fact that the narrative is finally starting to turn. For the very first time since the Fanta-fascist strolled to the forefront of politics, I am starting to see his supporters blame him for a situation instead of the person he screwed over. It feels like that moment when members of a cult figure out that their leader only cares for himself and they start calling out for him to take accountability for his crimes. And I say this because of a single headline I have seen repeated several times. I didn't turn on Trump. Trump turned on us. Very large voices of dissent are starting to speak up, and once that happens, there's nothing Velveeta Voldemort can do to stop it. I could be wrong, I can't tell the future, but it sure as fuck feels like the house of cards is fixing to come crumbling down. And in case I'm not wrong, MAGA, it is not too late for you to help save this country. You can tell the Coppertone Coward to kick rocks. And you can do it in 2 simple steps. Stop supporting him. Start helping take care of the people in your community. Everything else will come together. I promise it'll all click. Oh, and real quick before I go, because it's on my mind, the killing of the voice actor who played King of the Hill's John Redcorn, Jonathan Josh, was a fucking hate crime. You can't tell me no different. It was not a dispute between neighbors. If you disagree, you are dumb as fuck. Now, that's gonna be it for me today. I'm trying to find a balance between positive and negative things to talk about when I walk this fence line. So before we get to Friday, feel free to drop good things that have happened around the country in the comments below. I want to see them because those are so hard to get spotlighted. Oh God, that sounded like such a YouTuber thing. Drop them in the comments below. Y'all just tell me about the good things that are happening in your life, around the country, in the world, in the news, whatever. Now most of y'all already know how this part goes. If you made it this far, thank you so very much for watching. Do me one more favor. Keep the motherfucking boots out of your motherfucking mouth, and remember that the golden rule will always remain yeehaw fuck the law. I love y'all. I'll see you down the line.